Hi. Well, all right. This is my number 4 attempt to record this. Maybe it's a sign, maybe it's exhaustion. I don't know. But hi, my name is Mateus. I am I'm a cybersecurity analyst working in the field for about 7 years now. And 4 months ago, I decided that I am going to quit cybersecurity for good. Um, and before you think, oh, it's because of AI, it's because of market, it's because something else. No, that's it's that true, but it's how I was raised and the burden of being raised in good technology and having that hacker mentality is the same thing that is going to make me quit. So, hacker mentality. I grew up surrounded by computers, and I was really fortunate that my family had a compact PC with dial-up internet, so I could um, have email mad call memes to people that had email at the time, or MSN, or playing Prince of Persia and LimeWare and emails so I could download that Linkin Park song and hoping that there were no Trojan horses on it. it's it was a really good time, and that molded me. And but not that part that brought me to cybersecurity, the gray area. The gray area is really that brought me up to cyber and Trojan horses. And that was a game that I played, Ragnarok online. And Ragnarok, if you don't know, it's a game that was really pay to win. So you rather pay the company that make millions, or you just download OpenCore, that was a bot that farmed millions and millions of Zenny, the game currency at the time. And I did that. Sorry, I was that person. I was a person that downloaded a lot of hacking tools to games, and that was combat arms that my character was flying all over the place and shooting all of people, and I was the person. Sorry, I was a kid, and that and Anonymous was a really big thing at the time, and they said, "Oh, we are helping the country, the world, like hacking these evil companies," and I wanted to be that guy. So I got into college and I chose computer engineering because I really didn't know what to do. So I got into engineering, and someone said that for you to be a really good hacker, you need to know networking. So I dropped out the college like I was doing 2 years already and got into a new course called networking and computers. I managed to graduate and get my first job at a consulting cybersecurity company. And of course, I was really excited about getting that job. And I looked for about 1 year during COVID era, so it was really hard still for you to see that cybersecurity industry was always hard, even at COVID, when development was going nuts and contracting everyone, cybersecurity was still hard. But I got the job and I learned different industry standards and how things worked and how configurations are done to protect the clients and what's the difference between a firewall and a next generation firewall, an EDR and XDR. It's the same thing. And CM and all this different bunch of stuffs that you can configure and used to protect the clients. So um, I was climbing the ladder in this company until it got to a point where I found truly the true monster of the cybersecurity industry. That is negligence. In this consulting company, I saw it all. So agriculture, finance, medical, you name it. All of these industries have the same pattern. Cybersecurity is not on budget. So salespeople, poor people, salespeople. They try really hard to sell the top-notch technology that we all love, like Fortinet and Sentinel-1 and CrowdStrike. And people just don't have the budget. So here in Brazil, we have this problem that we are a third world country and we don't have money. And all of these technologies are foreign. And $1 here costs us 5 reais. So most companies don't have the money to pay for these technologies. At least it's what is on the paper. The true reality is that they have the money, but they just don't care enough that they are hacked. So in cybersecurity, we coined a term called risk acceptance. So you hear that a lot in your job. So management doesn't want to expend money. The cybersecurity just the leftovers. So why would they pay $1 million for a contract in Fortinet if it can just pay $1 million to the hacker? And government doesn't really help. Here in Brazil, we have LGPD, is the General Law Protection of Data. It's the same in the EU, like GDPR. We just copied, but it doesn't really have effect because there are no law prosecutors. I don't know if the term is correct, but there's no people really seeing that the law is really having an effect. So companies, they just get hacked. And this I saw in my whole 7 years working in the industry. Companies are hacked, people data are being stolen and dropped out. This whole databases of data on the deep web or whatever hacker forum that you used. And it's just okay. They don't say to the authorities that they are being hacked, because if they do so, government will say that they got hacked and they will lose millions of dollars. And there's no real benefit for the companies to do so. And there you are in a battle that is thankless and sincerely worthless, that you're just trying to get the bare minimum working with scraps that they give it to you. And that is where the cybersecurity engineer stands. So let's change topics for a little bit. I needed to talk about AI in some part of the video, but anyway, in the cybersecurity field, you always have this gentleman battle between salespeople and engineers. And most of all, engineers didn't win, but they sort of stood their ground until things were corrected and not messed up a lot that you can screw one's client environment. So we have intelligence speaking and money speaking. And money would most of all always win, but we have the intelligence saying, hey, I have the experience and I know this can't be configured, and I know this will prejudice the client's environment, and you can do that. And sales will say, oh, okay, so we need to change the project. We will try something else. And people agreed to that, and it was okay. But now we have AI. And that screwed the balance. So we don't really need engineers anymore. Salespeople can just look up to AI and say, hey, is that really true? The engineer said that this Fortinet firewall doesn't have CA integrated. Is that true? And the AI will say, yes, it's true. You can totally do that. Please correct your engineer, and he will agree to you. And salespeople will come to your manager and say, hey, AI said that is not confirming what your engineer told me. And so your manager will say, oh, okay, let me see with him. And would you just consult AI because he knows shit? He wasn't supposed to be in that position because he doesn't have the knowledge or the experience. Management of that enterprise gave him the management position in cybersecurity, like his aunt or his father, or anyway, here in Brazil it works that way. So he will consult the AI and AI will repeat the same bullshit to him. It's exhausting to trying to say to people that, hey, I worked that with my whole life and I specialize in that, just to confirmly and really have the guts to say, to affirm that to you. And you just ask a bot online that really doesn't have intelligence. It's just a fucking bot. And you confirm to that. Why don't you just configure yourself? And the sad part is he will do it. He will configure it. So he do screw this client up in that piece of shit project. But I don't know. So it's really exhausting and infuriating to see all of the knowledge that you gather from years and years, countless hours in try hack me, hack the box, and graduating, and let's defend, and reading RFCs, and doing countless labs for just a prompt. Throw that away. And you can do nothing about it because engineers are not on management. Engineers are not investors. And these people, they don't see value in people anymore. They see value on a fucking bot. And because these people controls the world, not you. If you're like me, if you really loved what you're doing, if you have that for your whole life, you spend hours and hours, even without families and friends, and doing other hobbies just to spend a little time more to comprehend how SQL injections work, or how, I don't know, how a proxy works. People don't see value in that anymore, because right now we are living in the era of mediocrity, and mediocre people are ruling the world. And for me, that was the stop point. I just can't do cybersec anymore. It was a thing that I loved, and I can't be in a job that is thankless, and it's just overwhelmed with information and LinkedIn posts and memes that cybersecurity is supposed to doing 3-4 days up, and just have a can of Monster and you're doing fine. This really bad memes about work culture that happens on LinkedIn, and I'm really exhausted of all the things, and AI just send a point to it, just say, it's over, I don't want to be here anymore. So that's that. I'm quitting. This video is so crushing for me because I don't really know what to do anymore. I'm going back to basis as I'm going to development. Yes, I know development is in the very horrible spot right now, and I applied for some junior development roles just to pivot, and I'm getting zero interviews. It's really hard, but I need a job that I don't really care enough. So if a person said, hey, I needed to use Claude for Vibe Coda's site, I will use it gladly because I don't care. And maybe I needed to set my expectations about things a little lower so I can really get my career going up. But I really don't know if I can do that. So I think just quitting is the best thing to just set my mind up and really think about myself and my career and what I'm doing here on this earth. And that's it. Thank you for watching this vent that I did online. And if you're with me, comment. If you're not, if you say, this fucking Brazilian with this high accent is saying a bunch of different shit, please comment too. It might change my mind. I don't know. Thank you, guys.